views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open University from our BronxNet East studios at Mercy College, where we keep you in the loop on current discussions in and around the community. I'm your host, Tanisha Blanche, and here's what we have on today's show. We'll hear about the new Metropolitan College campus that has recently opened its doors this fall semester right here in the Bronx. Plus, you'll be invited to an informative session of the Bronx Council of the Arts to learn how to apply for the grants that are being offered. Last but not least, the second annual run of the New York Unity Race is here and is taking place this upcoming Saturday. Today, we'll sit with the founder of the 5K race to let you know all the details. So sit back, don't touch that dial, and let me keep you in the loop with a brand new episode of Open University. Hello everyone, I'm your host Tanisha Blanche and welcome to Open University. We begin today's show with the news of the new Metropolitan College campus right here in the Bronx. Our cameras were on the scene. Let's take a look.
The South Bronx is getting a facelift, and one of the new developments to arise is the opening of the Metropolitan College of New York campus at the Triangle Plaza Hub, located in the section of 3rd Avenue and 149th Street. The ribbon-cutting ceremony brought together all those who made it happen.
We want to be and will make an anchor of the community in the hub area of the Bronx.
We really want to encourage Bronxites who are looking for an affordable way to continue to educate themselves, to broaden their horizons, to take a strong look at Metropolitan. This facility right here can hold up to 500 students. So we're hoping that we get to that goal as quickly and expeditiously as possible.
Wendy Cohen, daughter of the founder of MCNY, Audrey Cohen, says that her mother would have been pleased with their new location in the Bronx and that she plans to continue on with her mission.
It's amazing. I'm so proud of my mother and to have this amazing legacy to be a part of. She had a real vision for education and to help people who didn't have the same opportunities and equality for education for everyone. And not just any education, but purpose-centered education where you can really apply what you learn to real-world situations. So everybody does that. Every semester, people do projects in the community to help others.
Adjunct Professor Benjamin Hunt expressed how the staff shares the same goals as the leaders of MCNY to provide the best training for their students.
Once they leave MCNY, I hope that they will take the principles, some of the theories that they've learned and be able to actually use those theories on a day-to-day basis and to help improve their lives as well as the lives of the people that they're serving.
Students got a chance to take advantage of this new location as classes began today. The goal is to enroll 300 students within the next 2 years and continue on the message of higher education here in the Bronx. For BronxNet, I'm Veronica Guiti.
Now we welcome President of the college, Dr. Vincent Thompson, as well as Joshua Perez. Welcome, you guys. Thank you for coming.
It's great to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Joshua, tell me, what's your title? We know Dr. Thompson is the president, but what's your title?
Well, I work in admissions. I'm Associate Director of Enrollment Services. I've been with the college about 3 years now, right in the heart of the South Bronx at our new campus. And I spearhead enrollment. So chances are if you come to MCNY in the Bronx, I'm the face you'll see.
Okay, you guys remember that face. Dr. Thompson, tell me about you. How long have you been with the school?
I've been with Metropolitan College for 8.5 years now.
Wow.
I came from Kean University in New Jersey, and before that I was at Roosevelt University in Chicago for almost 25 years.
Wow. So tell me a bit about the college, about the campus being right here in the Bronx. What made you guys come to the South Bronx?
Well, we've had a presence in the South Bronx on and off since 1990.
Wow.
And we reestablished an extension center in the January of 2012. It was a small venture, about 8,000 square feet, 8 instructional rooms, and we always meant it to be a beachhead, to reestablish ourselves in a major way, in a way befitting the people of the Bronx. So we've done that now.
So what is it that attracted you here? Is this what is it? Is it the culture, the people? What is it about the Bronx that you guys like here?
It had always been our second most successful site after our home campus, which has traditionally been in Manhattan in the center of the public transportation center. But it's a vibrant, wonderful neighborhood. When I first came here, we'd I think, and a mistake, we'd shut down a previously existing campus. And I said, I want to look at this. And I came to the 103rd and 49th subway stop. I came upstairs and I thought, wow, this neighborhood is lively, it's vibrant, there are people here all over the place. We should be back here. It took me 3 years to get back there, but I finally did it. And we signed a lease in the fall of 2011, and we opened for business again in January of 2012, always with the intention of building in the long run a full service campus, which we've now done.
Oh, okay. So tell me a bit about Metropolitan College of New York. Give me a little back history about it, what people don't know. You know, I've never heard of it, so tell me.
Well, we're 52 years old. We were founded in 1964, admitted our first students in 1966, and we started as a Women's Talent Corps, which was a job training program funded by the War on Poverty. And the college literally grew out of the War on Poverty. It grew out of the movement for women's equality in the 1960s and out of the civil rights movement. Those are our roots. Those are right at the core of our being. By 1970, our founders decided that students needed more than job certificate training to move ahead in the world, and they decided that we would be a degree granting institution. And in 1970, we were chartered by the state of New York as an institution of higher education. Since then, we first did associate degrees. We've added now bachelor's degrees. We've added master's degrees. We have about 1,200 students, 2 major campuses now, one in Manhattan, one in the Bronx. And most of our students, the core of our student body historically has been working adults. This goes back to the people we served in the very beginning. Average undergraduate is in her early 30s. About 2/3 of our students are women. We certainly welcome men, although we started as a single-sex institution, but we became co-ed right before we became an institution of higher ed. And that'll give you a little sense of what we do.
Okay. So Joshua, let me ask you a question. Clearly, the school is just not based on one thing like technology or science. Yes. Tell me a bit about the enrollment process to get into school. You know, students that you look for, the diversity. I don't know if there's diversity, but what do you look for when you're looking to enroll students into the school, into the college?
Well, essentially, we want to look for someone who's motivated, who's inspired, who's motivating you. Are you the first of your family to go to college? These are some of the population and people we're encountering. And for me to be able to open these doors to them and grant that opportunity, essentially we want to find out what is your goal and how can we help you get there through our purpose-centered education model, where students are essentially learning, but it's driven through their purpose. What is your career goal? Do you want to be a social worker? Do you want to be a director of a non-for-profit? You know, these are the things we focus on, and students find that connection because you're essentially learning with a purpose. You're connecting that gap.
Okay, so maybe both of you guys can answer this, you guys take turns. What are some of the, I know you said you have an associate's degree program, you have a bachelor's, you have a master's. What are some of the majors that you guys offer? What are some things that people can come study?
Okay. Josh, why don't you handle what we do in the Bronx, and then I'll talk a little bit about some of the things we also do in Manhattan.
Okay.
So we offer associates and bachelor's in human services, which is a very popular major. The school was founded on human services. Associates and bachelor's in business as well, where you can concentrate in entrepreneurship, accounting, or project management. We also have a bachelor's degree in healthcare systems management for those that want to be in the health setting, but less clinical, more business setting. We also have our master's in public affairs and administration, which is a 1-year program that essentially prepares you to be a director or a leader in the non-for-profit sector or organizations. We also We also have our MBA in general management, which is offered in the Bronx. That's also a 1-year program. Now, our associates and bachelors follow the traditional 2- and 4-year model, but we do offer our students the fast track opportunity, where you can chop this time essentially in half, from 4 years to 2 years and 8 months, instead of 2 years, 16 months. And bigger picture, like I like to present to my students, in essentially five years, it takes you 5 to 6 years to finish your master's. With us, if you stay on the fast track, 2 years, 8 months, you do another year for your bachelor's, you're talking about 4 years. You know, you've cut off a lot of time and money, and essentially for the working adult, that's what they're looking for.
Tell me about it. Tell me about the.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit more. In Manhattan, we also do specialty MBAs in emergency management and in media management. We also have a teacher training program, so we certify teachers at the master's level in the state of New York. And one of our practice teaching schools is in the Bronx, but that program is headquartered right now in Manhattan.
Okay, so what are some benefits that you guys have from being here in the Bronx, having roots in the Bronx?
Well, I'm born and raised in the Bronx, so I tell Vincent all the time it's a great opportunity for me to give back to my community. Even where our campus is currently, my family has lived and grown up around that area. And I remember as a kid walking by, seeing an empty lot, stray dogs, and now to be part of this movement and this change and facelift of the South Bronx, it's excellent. And the community itself, like Vincent said, is vibrant, energetic. These people are ambitious, and they're looking for that opportunity to make change and provide.
Dr. Thompson, last question. What are some new things that people can expect to see offered on the campus?
Well, going forward, I hope we're able to offer our emergency management program in the Bronx. I'd like to do that in the long run. We also want to put an emphasis on cooperating with community groups. We built a new facility with what we believe is the best public meeting area in the hub area of the South Bronx. We want to invite other groups in to use it. On our opening day, we partnered with Sobro to do a business opportunities expo. We want to do a lot more of that. We plan to partner with the Bronx Chamber of Commerce next year going forward. So I want to issue an invitation. If you're a nonprofit group or a for-profit group, we have a facility there. We want to bring people in and use the heck out of it. We want to be part of the community. We want to serve the community, not only as an educational institution, because that is the core thing that we do, but also as an active community participant and a catalyst for change. And people don't know this, but there's a tremendous amount of investment in this area. Over $500 million, over $500 million is being put into a 2-block area there between the development which we're part of, Triangle Plaza Hub, and St. Mary Park, where the mayor just committed $30 million, a block down 149th Street. They're completely renovating that park. And then a phenomenal development called La Centrale, which is going to be 992 units of affordable housing right across the subway tracks from us, and will include a new YMCA. And rumor has it that BronxNet might move there.
That's a rumor, folks. So before we go, Joshua, I need you to do me a favor. Look in that camera right there, and give them a phone number where they can reach you in case they're interested in applying.
Metropolitan College of New York, 718-665-7787, extension 4001, or you can reach us at my email, jperez@mcny.edu.
Awesome.
Look forward to hearing from everyone.
Thank you for coming out, you guys. We really appreciate it, okay?
Thank you. It's been great to be here.
No problem. But we have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Open University.
Hello, good people of the Bronx and beyond. Welcome to A Life in Art.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go long, son.
it's always worth it.
Whoa, faster!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Welcome back. The Bronx Council of the Arts is proud to host an informative session on October 3rd on how to apply for the grants that they are offering. To find out more, we have their grants administrators, Delasia Foreman and Lydia Clark. We welcome them to the show. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for coming out.
Thanks for having us.
So tell me more about the grants that you guys are offering this year. Who's in charge?
Well, it's not anyone who's in charge. We actually deal with two separate parts of the grants. So I deal with individual arts and
I
artists.
deal with community engaged projects.
Continue. Okay.
So all of the grants that I offer or I work with essentially involve artists working with community with the funds. So it's proposal based, and they have to come with an idea for what they would want to do this money with for their community.
Okay, so how long has this been going on?
Well, my grant, which is called BRIO, which stands for Bronx Recognizes Its Own, has been in existence since 1988. And we give grants to, right now, 25 Bronx-based artists, $3,000 a piece every year. And we've been doing this since 1988. So there's a lot of money out there.
3,000, you said?
Yes.
$3,000 up for grab, you guys.
Yes.
I'm not an artist, but I'll put something on paper, you know.
Well, if you're a writer.
Okay, yes.
Literary arts, performing arts, visual arts,
Oh,
and
that's
media
nice.
arts.
It's just
yes.
not, okay. I thought it was just focused on painting art, but I guess it's nice to know that it's well-rounded. Well-rounded.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And my programs have been around for a little over 20 years. And
what's your program?
The Artists for Community Grant, the Community Arts Grant, and the Arts Fund Grant. So those are funded by the New York State Council on the Arts and the Department of Cultural Affairs. They've been around for about 20 years, and as I said, work more directly with proposals versus Lydia's grants work with individual artists for artistic merit. So my process is a little more difficult because there are a few more levels to it, but they're both incredible opportunities.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the mission of these grants? Like, what do you guys want to get accomplished by getting these grants out, or people sending in work to you? What's the mission behind it?
Well, the mission, I'll start. The mission behind the grants, more or less, are to get monies from the state and city to be sure that the artists in each borough, because every borough has an arts council, receive the money and give the money back to the community, essentially. So the way the program started was through NISCA and DCA, which are the Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York State Council on the Arts, using this money directly with community. But obviously there's a big gap there, because if you're at a state level and a city level, how can you know what all of these individual communities need? So Bill Aguado is just one of our former director, as well as our current executive director, Deirdre Scott, worked and advocated for them to decentralize, which is what the name of these programs are. So now the arts councils handle all of the funds that go out to artists in that community, because we know our communities better.
Than they do.
And that's okay, because they're the ones we're getting the money from, and that's necessary. And we've actually had an increase of funds this year, which is really exciting.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we're so grateful for it. But we know the artists because we live in these communities, and we want the money to go back to people who are doing work in the community.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So how does one qualify for the grant?
Well, the only thing, I think you cannot be in school.
In college, high school?
College.
Not full-time,
You cannot be
but you can be part-time.
You can do part-time.
Okay.
You can be part-time, and you can apply for grants at Bronx Council on the Arts.
And you have to be a Bronx artist, obviously, and not specifically not just having like a studio in the Bronx, but you have to be a Bronx resident. Which makes the world of difference, because I'm sure, and I know personally, that a few artists that aren't from the Bronx have studios here, which is fine and your business, but we're here to serve the artists of the community.
Well, I guess that just eliminates me, because I live in Westchester, so, no grant for me. But okay. So tell me a bit. Do you guys know any recipients of the grant that has flourished from receiving the award?
Well, definitely quite a few. One of my favorites is Orlando Ferran. I think we sent information ahead of those guys, and he actually started out as a BRIO winner. And what we really like about our grants is that we offer professional development as well. Right. So after he finished with BRIO, I turned him over to Delacia, and so then he got the whole gamut of development so that he can create proposals and
he was
budgets and
from my end as well afterwards.
Go ahead.
Okay. So then an artist that has also come through BRIO is David Lewis Ferran. Morning.
What is it? You guys are like mother and daughter or something? Is this something just bouncing?
This is my work mother.
We work well together.
That's
how we serve our artists.
Exactly.
We do.
So Deva is a choreographer and dancer, and she started by winning BRIO and then applied for community engaged grants and was actually granted 2 of our grants this year for community engaged projects. One of her projects, which was photographed, is Consider Water, which is a project about how we consider how we exist with water and our impact on water. And she did that performance at the Bronx Zoo last week. And then another one is Time to Talk, which is one about racial issues and growing up, especially because she's Caribbean American, and how her identity fluxes and how she has to navigate that space.
Before we go, you guys have any event that's coming up that we need to talk about?
We have a combined How to Apply, which will let artists know how they can come together and apply, meet each other. It's kind of like a networking situation as well.
Where is it taking place?
It's taking place at Hostos Community College at our Longwood Art Gallery, which is our BCA's art gallery at Hostos Community College.
You have an address for that?
450 Grand Concourse.
Okay.
Bronx,
so
New York. Floor.
Any social media, any contact numbers, emails that people can reach you at?
Well, people can reach me at lydia@bronxarts.org, and my telephone number is 718-931-9500 at extension 35.
And I am the same number at extension 22. My email address is D as in Delasia, Foreman, Foreman, at bronxarts.org.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, ladies. We really appreciate you coming down.
Thanks for having us. It was a pleasure.
Problem. Make sure you come back and let us see all this wonderful art.
Yes,
writing,
we would love to.
Art, anything, dance. We'd love to come out and see what it's like. Okay.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, we have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned for more Open University. Welcome back. The New York Unity Race, founded by Abiodun Bello, is celebrating its second year. The 5K race represents unity among police and the community, but it's a race for everyone. Abiodun is here to tell us all about the details. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
Doing well, and you?
I am awesome. Thank you for coming out and telling us all about this unity race. I love it.
Well, this is the second year. I'm glad that BronxNet helped us one last year. They are one of our sponsors, and they did a good job to telefy this for us. The community has been getting stronger since last year. We can't wait to do it second time. This is a race that the intention of the race is to strengthen our community and also to cultivate a healthy relationship between the police and the community itself. And we're going to do that through program. One of the first is through the race. When people run together, they do activities together, they become friends. So it will develop some of the tension within the police and the community.
Okay,
and
Mr. Bello, wait,
yes.
you're getting ahead. You're getting ahead. This is the interview. I have to interview you.
Yeah, okay,
so
good.
let me ask you a question. Before we get to the meaning of the race, how did we get to the race? What made you come up with the idea that I need to have this unity, like unity in the community kind of thing? What was the backstory?
Well, the backstory is 2014 and 15, we have the Eric Gardner case and all the police brutality going on in the country, and I just figured out there should be a better way to do this, and I look at some of the program with the police on my own. I see there are about 6 or 7 police that they have. I mean, that monitor police activity. So I figured out there should be a better way to do this, and I figured out and I've already have a race. We have the Crotona Racing Club. So we're going to use the Crotona Racing Club to do that, to raise money and to let people run together, do activities together with the police. That's where the idea came about. But that's the most important thing, to have the community and the police working together and solving some of the problems.
So since you are the founder of this race, why do you feel ensuring the relationship between the community and the police? Why do you feel bridging that gap is so important?
And it's so important because all the other things they've been doing, I don't think it works. The community have been the same. They spend $10,000 of money on having different community to monitor police activity. Maybe about, the last time I count, it's about 7 or 6 that monitor police misconduct. All those hasn't worked, so we figured out there should be a better way. And the better way to do it is when you have people doing things together, it makes a lot of difference. There will be the device, the tensions, and it will be lessened, because if the police run with you, and also because they work in the community anyway, but most of them work and leave. But if they do activities together within the community, so things might have a better connection between the community and people themselves. That's the idea, that we should be doing this together all the time. That's why the idea comes. And they will have a different perception. I used to play soccer competitively. Even my opponent, I still respect them, because when you play, just a game, they are also a woman being like you. It's just that, especially since they don't live in the community. So if they do something in the community with the people, it would be better to understand the community.
Okay, to bridge that gap.
Definitely.
So where does the race take place? The
race is going to be at Crotona Park. We've already predetermined 3.1 miles that people are going to run.
3.1 miles?
3.1, which is 5K. 3.1 is 5K.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do that. The actual race is 10 o'clock. But if you don't register online on that day, you can register from 8 to 9:30. And then the actual race time starts at 10.
Okay.
In the middle of the Crotona Avenue, that's where the race is going to start. Okay,
so the race is everyone just running together, correct?
Yes.
So at the end, do you ever have a section where the police race against the community, or like back when you were younger, you were running and it was just like a low competition? Is there anything else that happens like that, or?
No, yeah, we are in the process though. This is our second year. That might be something that we're going to do later on, but this time everybody's going to run, and we're going to have an award for the first, second, third, and different age group. Later on, we will diverse what we're going to do, but this time everybody just run. There's no competition between the police, but the competition itself is whoever comes first anyway, at any rate.
So you just said there's going to be awards for the age group. What are the age groups?
Well, we have the first, second, and third overall winners, and then we have age award, 15 and under. Male and female, 16 to 19, male and female, 20 to 21, male and female winner, 30 to 39, male and female winner, 40 to 49, male and female winner, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, and 70 and upward.
Oh, wow.
That would be male and female.
So I take it there's clearly no age requirement to participate in the race.
Well, if you are teenager, 15 and under is free.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we make 16 to 19. It's $20 to register. But we prefer people to register online. It will be easier if you register before the day. But if you want to register on that day, from 8 to 9:30.
Okay, so if you're over 19, what's the cost to
It's $20 from 16 upward.
Oh, 16. Okay, so I noticed you said register online. What's the website that people can go to register?
It's called nyunityrace.com.
Is there any social media that's attached to it that people can reach out to you or anything on there?
Well, you can go to our Facebook, which is the same unityrace.com. You can go, it's on the Facebook, and we also have Eventbrite for the race. We use the same name, Unity Race. And also you can go to Active, if some of the runners know that already. If the Active website, they can also register from there.
Okay,
but it's better to register from our website, which is nyunityrace.com.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for coming down. We really appreciate it.
Yes, I hope we'll see you there on Saturday too.
Yeah, we might be there. BronxNet will be there, okay?
Yeah, your director ran last year, so.
He'll be there again this year.
Oh, great.
I'm signing him up for it right now.
Yeah, we should sign it. We should have a BronxNet team. So
that would be nice.
We have some other club that have their own team, so we should have BronxNet team also.
All right.
That would be great.
Well, look out for BronxNet, all right?
Yeah, we will.
Well, that's it for today's show. We thank you. We thank our guests for joining us and you, the viewer, for tuning in. We hope that we've kept you in the loop on everything that's happening in and around our borough. So remember, the world is a book, and those who do not travel only read one page. I'm your host, Tanisha Blanche. Until next time, see you later.